Hello and welcome back to some Sims 4. I've made quite a bit of progress since my last video. I've been in here working out on the yard mostly, but I started working on the kitchen. We'll take a look at everything. We'll start outside first. Now what you may notice first is I got the house painted, or more like I got the house tiled, because I believe what I've actually used here to color the house is ceramic tiles. You can kind of see all the individual tiles. And unfortunately, it only comes in this one color, but the color looks good. It matches the windows. I've kind of got a railing that matches with it as well. So I'm happy with the color. It might change again. It's kind of weird that ceramic tiles are put on the outside of the house, but then again, this house is kind of weird. It's huge. It has a billion different rooms and a billion different kind of art styles and architectural styles going into it. So, I don't know. It kind of fits. But the color itself looks pretty good, and that's the only color the tile goes into. I tried a couple other exterior colors and like brick I tried. I don't know. I just like this one the most for whatever reason. But we'll start out here. The summer kitchen, I think I've gotten a recording already. I don't think it was quite up to what it is now, however. I put a sink out here because it's not much of a kitchen if you don't have a sink to kind of rinse everything off and, you know, prepare meals in. I figured if you're going to barbecue outside, you need the spices, so I put the spices in. You got some counter space to work, and the barbecue's out here, but we will start from working our way this way if I don't end up on the roof there. So from the summer kitchen, the pathway goes under this cabana, which I told you guys I was going to show you how the cabana works, and it comes in 3 different pieces. So you got, let's see if I can set this over here. You got this top piece, and then you got the top panels, and then you got the 4 corner. I'm pointing with my hand because I'm sure you can see that. And then you got the 4 corner panels that go into the cabana, and they just kind of fit together very nicely. And it does take a little patience to kind of get them to where they fit perfectly and don't clip through anything, but it can definitely be done if you got, you know, 30 seconds worth of patience. And you just go into the cabana from the pathway, and I love how this building works when you zoom down into it. It literally feels like you're walking into the cabana, which I thought was pretty cool. So inside here we got these like hanging chairs. They're chained, you know, to the top up here, and just a little plant behind it for some space filler, really, like realistically. And we got another hanging chair over here. They looked really cool in here, and they fit very nicely, so I thought having 2 in here was cool. We also got the wicker seating with the chicken pillows, and just you wait until you see what I've done with some chickens in this house, because any dream house of mine is gonna have to have my chickens. So I got creative, and I will be showing you that shortly, but we'll finish here first. We got coffee over here if you want to sit outside in the morning and have coffee out here. You know, your favorite books are stacked out here. We got a little radio. I love this little radio. You can, like, put it in anywhere, and it just adds some atmosphere to the room and some kind of, like, realistic aspects. You know, when you're outside working in the yard, I usually have a radio. Maybe not everybody. But that little radio fit perfectly in here, and over here we just have some wicker baskets for decoration. And the path goes from the pool, and then to this way it goes to the front of the house, which I'm sure we will see very shortly. So over here is the pool area, and this is by far, I think, the nicest pool area I've ever built. And with the patch, I believe The Sims 4 just got a patch, and I believe a new expansion released. Which I have not purchased yet. I haven't purchased any expansions for The Sims 4 yet. Usually they have a sale sometime throughout the year. The Sims hardly ever goes on sale, but every once in a while they'll put their stuff on sale, and that's when I pick it up. So it's just a matter of time. We'll see if around Christmas maybe. But this is the pool area, and with the patch, which got me off on that tangent, I believe they updated the water. I do not remember the water looking this nice. It is afternoon, so at night it looks a little more not so crystal clear kind of look. But during the day, the water looks very nice. And I just set some lawn chairs up out here. I don't have any proper lawn chairs that you like lay in. I need to go look for that on the Sims resource, which I will do eventually. There are lots of things that I mean to look up on there, and you know, you look up one thing and then it drags you to the artist page, and then you start looking at other things, and it's very hard to keep a one-track mind on the Sims resource. But you know, we just got a little buffet table over here. You know, some glasses with a bottle of water. I know I've used this as vodka. I've used it as club soda. I've used it as all the things. If it's a clear liquid, this bottle will be used for it. So, you know, it's a bottle of water with some glasses. We got a chilled tray here. It's just a tray filled with ice. Obviously, the ice has started to melt. But, you know, if I could stick the bottle of water in there, I would. The game won't let me. That's okay. And then over here we just got some fruit. If you need a mid-afternoon pool snack, you can go over there and grab yourself an apple. And I really love this pool because it's very, it resembles the pool I did at the French restaurant convert house, except I put a tree in here instead of the bamboo, and I love the look of this birch tree, just like randomly sticking out of one corner of the pool. It adds a little shade if you wanted to sit over here in the shade next to the pool. And I don't know, I just think it looks very cool with the white bark. It makes it look very, I don't know, classy, modern, sleek. I don't know, it's one of those words. And I don't know, I really like the pool area. If you take the other path out of the cabana, you will walk over here in front. Let's get rid of the grids. In front of the kitchen, these are the kitchen windows, and we just have a gigantic fountain over here just for the statement and the, like, I don't know, the fanciness just of having a big fountain outside your kitchen window. And you know, the birds probably swim into it while you're washing dishes. You can watch the birds in the fountain. We also got a bird bath over here, a bird bath proper. So when they don't feel like falling in, you know, they can come over here to the bird bath. And it's just a place that you would, I don't know, take family pictures or whatever. And further this way, we have a interesting landmark over here. I will zoom in. So first, when you walk this way towards the front of the house from the pool, you have this little garden area where we have some, I think these are azalea bushes, but they don't really look like azaleas to me. They look like small rose bushes, but whatever. They're flower bushes, and we got a little formal fountain over here, and a formal little rose block. I don't want to call it a rose garden. There's only 2 of them, but, you know, they're bordered in to make it look very formal. And over here is, okay, so from the pool, I got this, like, little blocker over here, which also has a little, like, tree chair. You know, the chair's tied up in a branch up there, and you can just read a book out here. You can, I don't know, I would love having a chair like this from a tree. And it's just, you're in the shade, you can sit out here all day. But I originally built this and then put the chair in it. But to block the view of, and maybe even the noise of the chickens while you're out here from the pool. Because if you couldn't tell yet, this is my chicken area, my chicken coop area. And we have a seat here next to the fountain where you could watch the chickens. We got some little birds up top. I thought that was a really nice touch for whoever created this. But we got all 4 of my chickens here. I have 4 chickens in real life, so I put 4 in the game. And obviously they're not real chickens. I'm using my imagination here. They're just statues that are in the game, but I put them in here, and I'm going to pretend that they're my chickens. No dream house of mine is complete without chickens in the backyard. Got all 4 of them here. We got Hotbox, we got Big One, and then we got the twins. Hotbox is a red chicken in my real life. She's just like a red mutt chicken, basically, and then I got the twins. They're 2 black chickens in real life. I couldn't find a black chicken statue in here, so I just did 4 different ones instead of trying to make it look like my real chickens, because it was impossible. But in real life, I have 2 black chickens. Again, they're like just chicken mutts, hybrids. And then I have 1 Barred Rock proper genetic, whatever you want to call it, proper breed of chicken. And her name is Big One. She's the boss. She's the head of the pecking order in real life. And, you know, I planted some, bushes back here just for decoration, but the chickens probably appreciate it when it starts to grow into their fence and they can take little bites of it. We got a little watering hole down here. But inside, and see if it'll let me creep in here, this is their coop. Now, when I tried building a proper room, but the way Sims 4 works is when you have one level of your house have really tall walls, it doesn't matter if it's still attached to the house or not. If you build new walls, it's going to be those really tall walls. It doesn't matter if it's attached to the main house or not. It's going to be tall walls. So what I did is I put this cabana up as a roof, and then I did half walls, which can be, any of these sizes. But I did it just tall enough that it would fit under the cabana comfortably. And in here we got, crates with even a little chicken on the crate. So, this is probably their main food. We get it shipped in organically from some farm in the Midwest, I'm sure. And over here we have wheat seeds. I tried looking for bags of corn. I couldn't find it, but I found wheat, which is, I'm sure if I threw some wheat seeds to my chickens, they would probably eat it. So, got bags of wheat. Cat. Hey, cat. Mew. No, you don't need to jump up there. My cat wants to jump up on the counter. Might edit that out, not sure, we'll see. But, you feed them some wheat from the bags over here, little treats. Those are treats, not food. You don't want to feed your chickens scratch all the time. They'll get very unhealthy. But some natural grass and some treats are nice occasionally. And then we have, I know you're, well, what? What do you want? Cat's going crazy here. Where was I? So, alright, let's back it up here. Mew. No. Alright. You're gonna make me edit this video, cat. Cat. My cat is knocking things off the shelf now while I'm trying to record, because that's what she does. She knocked a picture off the shelf. I'm surprised it didn't shatter. So, giving your chickens treats every once in a while is fine. Giving them some scratch to peck at. Now, under the cabana, we have the actual coop that the chickens would sleep in at night. So we got the little entrance here, and when you first walk in, you can see their roosting platform. They would all pick one of these bars to cling on to and sleep for the night. Probably all right next up to one another. That's how chickens like. They like snuggling at night. They don't like having their own space. And then back here we have their feed bowls. And I'm sure under all this healthy grass is a corn feed. And, we just put the grass on top as a little treat. That's all that is. And over here we have a waterer, which actually doesn't look too far off from what a waterer in real life looks like. In real life, it's just like a 5-gallon bucket. And then in the bottom, you would drill holes and put little spigots in the bottom. And the spigots are basically, if you've ever seen like a hamster water bottle with like the little metal ball that they have to peck at to get water to come through. That's basically, this looks like just like it, except it doesn't have the little spigots in the bottom. And then over here we have their nesting boxes, which these look exactly like nesting boxes in real life. These are shelves that you would like put on the wall for your Sims to put knickknacks on and whatnot. But when they're down on the ground like this, they look exactly like nesting boxes, which I thought was amazing. And I kept them in green because I like the color green, and it's suited in here. So this is the chicken coop. A little out of the ordinary for sure, but it works. It works very well, actually. Oh, and I put a garden hose back here because, you know, you gotta fill up their waterer from time to time and probably spray out the coop. It's a concrete floor. You can spray it out in there. So I love this part of the yard. This is probably where I would spend most of my time, even more so than the pool, even though the pool is really nice. I love my little chicken corner over here. And yeah, when the neighbors come over, they're probably gonna be like, who is that crazy kid talking to the ceramic chickens in his backyard? But I don't care. I have chickens in The Sims 4. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'm not sure how long this video is going on. I might have to put a cut in here. So if I do, I will see you in the next video. However, let's continue the tour. So from out here, I believe the kitchen is what I worked on next. So we will go into the kitchen. And this kitchen was very, very hard to start. Once I got the ball rolling, it really started rolling, but at the beginning, it was really, really hard. Someone on Reddit, actually, because I post my videos to Reddit, like the new YouTuber channels on Reddit, and someone told me, I don't know if they still keep up with my videos or not, but they said that they have a really hard time to not build boxy when they're building in here. And as you can see, this room is a perfectly squared room, so it was very difficult not to build boxy in here. But one of my things that I do to not build like even when you're building in a box, to make the room not feel so boxy, in one or even, you know, all four corners, 3 corners, 2 corners, what I do is I like to put something that's not parallel to the walls, or it doesn't fit that 90-degree angle in the corner. So over here, I just got this butcher block table, which I freaking love butcher block. I have a island in my real house upstairs in the kitchen that is butcher block, and I just love butcher block. But I put this table kind of like catty corner or slanted in the corner over here, and it just really breaks up the feel of the boxiness of this room, because it's obviously just a perfectly squared room. And when you're looking at it from above, it might be hard to tell, but when you actually get down into the room, having this table not be at a 90-degree angle makes the room feel a lot less boxy. I also put a mirror over here to kind of distort the 90-degree angle even further, because then it gives you a reflection of the slanted table, so it adds even more angles into the room that are not right angles. So that's what I did for this room to try to make it less boxy. So, you know, if you have a hard time building boxy in The Sims, throw in some weird angles. Throw in some, you know, a piece of furniture that you normally wouldn't use. And yeah, even real life, you know, you can take that advice and try it. Moving around furniture, yeah, it's a little backbreaking, but, you know, it's nice to mix it up every once in a while. So we got the butcher block eating table over here. Obviously, we would eat in the main dining room when we had company or any formal kind of get-together. But normally, I mean, for me, I'm going to be eating at the bar, right? I'm going to be standing, probably, not even sitting. I'm one of those people who stand when they eat and walk around while they eat. So I would be at the bar. I probably would never even use this butcher block table, but you know, when it's just you and the other person who lives in your house, or maybe other 2 people who live in your house, whatever, you're probably going to use the table in the kitchen. You're not going to use the formal table every time. But over here, I have, you know, just a little, it's just like a cabinet you would keep in the kitchen. You know, we set the bottles of wine on it. We have the extra pots, the extra pans, all the, you know, the little, you know, when you're cooking, you need an extra pot, you come over here and you grab one. You know, you use it twice a year, and the rest of the year it stays in here. Extra wine glasses if we need it. I got a green wine glass. The theme of this room was kind of green, because we got the plants, we got the green bar stools, we got the apples in the middle of the room. Also, this map adds a lot of green, and I freaking love this map. I believe this is custom content. I don't think I've always had it. I feel like I would have remembered this, but I love this map. I actually went estate sailing with my mom over the weekend. I guess it was on Saturday. And I found a map. Unfortunately, it's not of the entire globe like this one is. It's just of North and South America. But it's very cool looking. It's looks vintage and kind of old and beat up. But I don't believe it's actually very old. I think it's just beat up from not being taken care of. And it's just made to look a little older. But I really liked it. It's just of North and South America. And I believe it's in a language I can't read. And I was trying to, like, Google Translate some of the words on the map. And I got Lithuanian was one of the languages of the words that Google suggested. And then another one was Gaelic. And the only geography I have is, like, very little in school. And EU4. I've been trying to learn how to play Europa Universalis 4. It's been a very, very long road. But if I remember, Lithuania is over here in Eastern Europe next to Poland, north of, like, the Dead Sea. I don't know. I shouldn't be talking about geography if I don't really know about it. But I know it's over that way. So I thought that was cool. I was like, oh, Lithuania, actually, I know where that's at. So I don't know if that's actually the language, but that's what Google said it could be. So that was a cool find on my estate sale. I also got some really cool glasses and from the 50s. They're like mid-century modern glasses. And they actually fit my house, though. My house is not mid-century modern, but the glasses themselves fit the house. And back in The Sims, though, just in the corner, in the middle of the room here, I put down these 3 kind of apple green bar stools. Green is the theme of the room. And they looked pretty good with the dark wood and the green cushion. And it got just green mats everywhere. I put the sink in the island in this kitchen because I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. I've seen houses with the sink in the island before, and so I've never had an actual house where the sink is in the island. So I don't know if it's very practical or how annoying it would be to, like, run back and forth from the island, from the counter to the sink, but I don't know. It looks cool, right? And in this kitchen, we have 2 gas range stoves. We have, well, I suppose this one burns wood, but the flames come up through the, you know, grates in the top. And so, you know, if you want to get that wood smoky flavor in your food, you use this oven. If you just want to use, you know, a traditional gas oven, you come right over here and use this one. This one has a built-in cutting board, which is nice. We got all of our knives very nearby. The olive oil and, you know, some other kind of oil you could use. The cooking wines. I grow my own herbs in the kitchen, as you can see here. We got some thyme and, you know, rosemary and lemongrass, you know, who knows. Got some limes because we drink, well, I don't drink, but people in my house drink margaritas a lot, and so they like having fresh limes on hand. So I had to fit some of those in here. Over here we got a couple apples, and which reminds me, on Thanksgiving I made an apple pie from green Granny Smith apples from scratch, like made it from scratch. It was so good. It was like one of the best desserts I think I've ever made. So I saw those apples and I was like, well, they fit in here, you know, they're green, and I am fond of apples right now because of that apple pie I made and everybody liked it. And over here is my favorite part of the kitchen in this corner, and it is the coffee corner. I love this area over here. You know, we have the drip coffee maker because some people I know don't like the Keurig or the cup coffee makers where you just put your own little personal cup in there. Some people like having a drip coffee maker, and you know what? If we're living in this house, we can afford to have every type of coffee maker. So I got myself a drip coffee maker over here. And then over here we have the Keurig little cup coffee maker. Now obviously this isn't an actual Keurig coffee maker. I'm using my imagination, but that's what this is in my imagination. In my Keurig coffee maker, I actually don't buy the actual cups that Keurig makes. I bought this little adapter off Amazon, and it's the size of those little cups, but you can put whatever kind of coffee you want into it. You can buy, you know, whatever kind of coffee you want off the internet, from Starbucks, from wherever, put it in there, and the Keurig machine will make it. Obviously, someone got themselves a cup, and they're ready to go. And also, if you are a person who prefers tea over coffee, we have that as well. We got your own little personal tea maker, which I thought was cool. And you know, all the mugs you could ask for. We got a dog mug, which would probably be my favorite. We got a cat mug, a dinosaur mug, which I also really like. I think it's pretty cool looking. A heartbroken mug, a race car mug, and then we got a Jaws shark mug down here. So, you know, whatever you're into, we have a mug for you. We got some coffee cake, which looks amazing. It's like cinnamon and brown sugar and raisins, and it's like icing on the top. It looks amazing. So we got your coffee here, you know, the actual coffee. And then we got cocoa for the kids, or for, you know, the adults who don't like coffee. You can have cocoa. And sugar, of course, because I gotta have sugar in my coffee. You know, this is probably real organic sugar. And for the people that like sugar substitutes, we have your little pink packets over here. Do not worry. We have those. I know some people will only eat the sweet and low. So I made sure I had those. And yeah, that's the kitchen. It's very big. It's very airy. I love that. I've always wanted to have a very big, bright kitchen. It's very hard for me to get away from these dark colors in this house, and I don't know why. See, over here we have the like dark brown, we have the dark wallpaper, and here we have the paneling, which darkens the room up. So it was kind of hard for me to choose a light color, but I did it, and I really like it. This kind of green and yellow and gold, it's a very bright place. It's a room that you would like to be in, or at least for me it would be. So this is the kitchen. Very cool. Coffee corner, like I said, is my favorite part, and I think a lot of people would appreciate the coffee corner. Now, those are the main things I've been working on. I've also been working on the guest bedroom. You might notice it's changed color, and we got a little seating area over here. We got some more artwork on the walls. I added a wardrobe. It's got a ways to go yet, but we are working on it. As well as I changed my mind on the master bedroom. In one of the videos I said the master bedroom was in the basement, but I moved it to the second floor, which is kind of weird because I don't think I'd ever want to live on the second floor. I either want to live on the bottom or I want to live on the top. But this is kind of where it worked because I wanted a fireplace in the bedroom, and the chimney in this house is on top of the tower. So I was like, okay, what rooms are next to the tower? And this room, which was originally going to be like a bathroom and I think like a second floor kitchen, was this room. So I was like, you know what, we can cut that out. I would rather have a fireplace in my bedroom as well as a window, because in the basement obviously you're not going to get any windows. So we get a window, we get a fireplace, plus master bedroom gets access to the tower. So you can just go up into the tower. You have your hobby room up here, I think is what I'm going to make this room. So the master bedroom just seemed much more suited for right here. It's going to be nice. This is just a placeholder fireplace, but it's a really cool fireplace. I was looking at them, and I chose this one because it's the only fireplace with a wood, like, guard down here. It's the only one holding the wood in, and I don't know. That's just me nitpicking. Obviously, nothing's gonna catch on. At least I don't think it can catch on fire. In Sims 1, if you put furniture next to a fireplace, it would catch on fire. But I don't think that happens in this version of The Sims. Oh, and one more thing before I go. I wanted to show you a fellow YouTuber named Junosaur, who is actually freaking hilarious. If you haven't checked out his channel, you should. He's hilarious. But he commented on one of my videos saying when he sees this house, he like pictures some high-end real estate agent handing out chocolate truffles as you walk in. So I went on the Sims resource and did a little searching, and I dug up a mod for chocolate truffles. So when you walk into this house, there's a gold-plated table with some pretentious chocolate truffles, which, I don't know, I felt like it suited, and it was pretty cool. I laughed when I found them. So I went ahead and put them in, and they're pretty cool. They're a pain in the butt to sit on this table. I have to show you in the next video, because I went a little over on time here, but I wanted to show you. Put the chocolate truffles in. I thought it was a nice touch. But that's what I've been working on. It's been kind of a lot. We got the house painted. We got most of the yard done, at least this side of the yard. We got the front little courtyard up here and the guest backyard to do. But those are nothing compared to over here. But I am having a ton of fun building this house. More fun in The Sims than I've had in a very long time. And, if you like this video, please leave me a like. Subscribe if you'd like to see me finish this house. It will be finished. Subscribe to make sure you get notified of it. And I will see you all back in Sims 4 next time.